All right, so here we go. 6:50 here. Pulling out, gonna ride. Hopefully going for about 80 miles. Had to be a little bit quiet in the house. Girlfriend's still asleep. Trying to get up and get these hours of riding done as early as possible. I definitely could have been earlier, but it's not my most favorite thing if I don't have to ride in the pitch black. I do have lights on, but it's just not my favorite. So plan is roughly, oh nice mosquito in here, roughly 4 hours, I don't know, 85 miles. We'll see kind of how I feel. Last night I did a last minute kind of 5K, unorganized but organized 5K, so a little bit tight but nothing too crazy. Haven't been doing much speed work, but it was good to get that pace. I think I was like 21:40, so about a 7:05 pace, which is nothing crazy. I felt I could have pushed a little bit harder, but for no sprint training, no track workouts, no nothing for the past 5 weeks or so, between being sick, which was a flu, I guess, but more of like a coughing lung flu, which is worse for me. Would have probably rather just thrown up for a couple days. That was probably a week of sickness, and then after that I think I got a cold and Florida allergies kicked in, so it's just been 3 weeks of minimal lung capacity. For the flu, I think I took 4 or 5 days off. The next week or week after that, I guess, when I was kind of recovering and I got sick again, I wanted to fully get over it, so I think I did 2 days, maybe 3 days of training that week, and then just focused on recovery. I've been traveling basically every single weekend for the past couple months, so it's been a lot. My training has kind of suffered, but I've also planned for this, so I've been focusing on trying to get my runs in when I travel. My long rides have not been quite as long as I would like. Haven't been able to get as many as I'd like, but have about 1 more month of traveling, and then I'm gonna basically be full-time Ironman training. So looking forward to that and seeing how I can really improve my recovery with reduced stress levels and traveling. I say that now, but knowing me, I'll probably end up working a lot. That's just how I am. I have to fill the void somehow. But going into this training, just looking for a strong, doesn't seem too windy, so hopefully around the coastline, and when it opens up, it's not too bad as well. But yeah, going for about 4 hours, 85 miles. I'd like to do a little bit of a brick workout, so a short run afterwards, somewhere between 1 and 4 miles probably. So we'll see kind of how we're feeling. I got 2 bottles of carbohydrates with me, each one having about 60 grams of carbs in it. I brought 4 gels, and then I'll probably make a pit stop at my favorite 7-Eleven, pick up, I don't know, some sort of carbohydrate, Gatorade, Powerade, probably 7-Eleven brand Gatorade. And that's what I'll use to kind of fuel the last third of my ride. Refuel with 7-Eleven brand Gatorade, water. I don't think I'll get like a granola bar or candy, because I'm really trying to, what am I going to race with is what I'm trying to practice with. So we'll see there. But also I'm wearing my tri-suit for the first time. Typically I've been wearing a cycling bib and a jersey, but being that I need to start practicing what I'm going to race in, decided to give my old tri-suit a try, no pun intended. We'll see kind of where we end up. This is going to be a good test for me to see. My lungs, I think, are pretty well back, but see where my legs and mental capacity are at, seeing if I can finish strong for those 4 hours, which I don't really think I have too much of a problem with that. We'll see though, this could be eye-opening. I'd like to be 20 miles per hour. It'd be cool if I could go faster, but knowing me, it's going to be a headwind both ways like it always is. So we'll see. Gonna get into this. It's going to be a good weekend of training, hopefully. Hopefully this weather holds out for me tomorrow so I can get my long run in before all the rain ensues, and then pretty decent work day ahead of me. So we'll see there, but gonna kind of document this weekend of training and see how everything goes, and log some miles, log some hours, and continue the build. I guess we'll check in when we're taking off from the bike shop up here, getting on the trail and getting these miles in. All right, here we go. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. So check in with you probably at 7-Eleven, or hard telling where, but we're just gonna try to have a good day. And had a little bit of technical difficulties this morning, but kit it up and let's go. Just wrapped it up. Looks like it was about 82 miles. Wow, had a lot of ups and downs there. First bit, I felt strong. The winds were pretty crazy, even after looking at the forecast, specifically looking for the winds, seeing nothing. There was a lot more than nothing. So it was quite an eventful ride. Got out. I was gonna check in at like mile 30 at my 7-Eleven that I go to every time, but just trying to make the stops as quick as possible. So just went to the bathroom real quick, trying some new kind of nutrition things, adding in a little bit of fat, small amounts. I had just a granola bar that had peanut butter on it to kind of slow it down a little bit to see how it felt, how it digested. Overall, it was good. So might be trying to implement some kind of peanut butter and jelly, some cost-effective calories on the bike, because I went through 4 gels, 4 scoops of carb powder, a Gatorade, 7-Eleven brand Gatorade, and a granola bar. So these long rides are definitely not the cheapest. I've done the candy, it works, it just doesn't always agree with me. So trying not to just have sweet, have a little bit of savory too, because I know when I get off this bike I have another 4 hours of suffering. So I want to make sure that flavor fatigue is not really on my mind. But let's look here. It looks like it was, last one was 82.5 miles and 4:28. So average speed of 18.3. Going up, there was a crazy crosswind. Anytime I got down in the arrow position, it was just blowing me left and right. Thankfully, I'm strong and comfortable on the bike, so that wasn't really an issue. It was kind of gusty from all directions. So occasionally would have a tailwind, but it was nothing to write home about. It was for very, very short periods of time. But I tried to really hammer on the way out. I knew on the way back it was gonna be not fun. So my thought process was, hey, let's push as hard as we can on the way out. That way on the way back, we're gonna just push hard, but get it done. I didn't wanna fry myself completely. So I was going north, then I hit east, and it was just headwind. It was going downhill. I was maybe getting 21 miles an hour, where typically in that area I'm like 28 plus. So it was some strong gusty winds. So that made me rethink things, but got out about 41 miles or so and hit the midway point, came back. On the way out I saw like 4 people with flats, and I'm like, oh man, that's tough. And then I even had a dream last night, which is crazy to think about, changing a flat, but knowing I didn't have any flat equipment with me, and I'm not tubeless, so I definitely need to get a tube. Go out, come back about mile 50. I'm like, wow, feels like I'm back on a mountain bike with suspension. And then I looked down and tire was cooked. So I guess tube was cooked. Thankfully, I had just passed 2 bikers, and they were amazing people, Cecilia and Brian. Bryant, hopefully. Definitely Cecilia. Amazing people, turned around, came back, gave me everything I needed just to make sure I pay it forward. So definitely going to be getting a tube. At least I had the tools, just not the tube, which is dumb, but I guess I've just like to learn the hard way with everything. So definitely I'm going to be getting tube, some little compressed air cartridges, and a little rem brake, tire brake, bead brake. I don't know what the problem. So definitely not my best idea, but it's 10:30, probably 80 plus degrees outside, humidity to the moon, almost sweating standing here. So don't know why I do this to myself, but gonna go out and try to do hour and a half, 2 hours loop around this area so I can keep my hydration going. Don't have my Camelback. Don't like to use it if I don't have to, so gonna try to keep my heart rate 140-ish. Just log some good miles, get used to this heat now that we're back in summertime. Legs feel honestly not as bad as I was expecting for how my ride went yesterday and the 5K and everything kind of building onto this. So gonna go out here, suffer through this. Shouldn't be too hard as long as I can keep my heart rate low and build from this, and hopefully go to the gym later today, maybe just do some recovery work, maybe cold plunge. We'll see. So let's see how this run goes. So I'm gonna melt. I'm probably gonna be able to wring my socks, my shorts. I'm not really wearing anything else. My shoes will be completely soaked through. So welcome to Florida. Just got back. 10 miles, not quite what I wanted, but you know, could be worse. I know the last time I went for my long run was, I took last week off because my body was fighting itself. Took 12 miles, which was longer, but I stopped multiple times. I felt like I was dying. My heart rate was 165 at a 9:40 pace. Miserable, absolutely miserable. So that's why I gave myself the week, well, not the week off of running, but didn't do a long run last week as well as my travels. So a little over 10 miles, 8:57 pace, an hour and 29 minutes, average heart rate of 151, which is a little bit higher than I would have liked, but let's see. As you can see, it's just like beating, and started to slow down on my sweating. So learning when to call it, because I've been dumb and I've pushed through it before in the past, and that is not the move. Probably gonna have to get some dinner miles in. Might do it at the gym and honestly hit the cold plunge afterwards. So we'll see how that goes. I wanna try to work out, so maybe I'll just work out and do a quick little 3 or 4 mile easy, keep my legs loose. Definitely need to do something tonight because I can feel my legs already getting tight from combination of the volume from the race to the ride yesterday, and now this run. But yeah, an hour and a half. I hit 2 gels. I was running the only, I'm gonna say shaded, but there was like 4 trees, so not too shaded. Wow, I'm so salty. Definitely good that I cut it there, but literally just went out and back and out and back and out and back and got it done. Definitely was mentally tough, but no headphones. Really haven't trained with headphones for a long time, but I went out, then I went out and back like 3 times, came back. The 1.5 miles, 2 miles to get here is brutal. All sun, no shade, refilled my water, went back out, same thing, out and back 3 or 4 times, came back, refilled my water again just to get the last mile, but made it happen. This is disgusting, but I'm gonna wrap it up before I continue to sweat. Like, here, I'll just take it and these were green. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that. There's literally a puddle. It's just pouring. Definitely off my camera, so He'll put this thing up before it looks like it jumped in a swimming pool, but on that note, probably gonna check back in at the gym. I know I'm gonna be shooting a little bit of stuff for my girlfriend and the gym, so I may as well get a little workout in, try to get some more miles in, or go to the gym and then get some miles in afterwards. So we'll see how it goes, but so far, good weekend. Out here in the backyard with little Winnie. Come here. Look. Come here. Center. Yeah, no, she's in her natural habitat, so just below. Oh, there you go. Come here. She's gonna go berserk. All right, wrapping up this week. Just finished a little quick, I think it was like 3.2 miles, so a little over a 5K. I wanted to run 13 to 15 miles today on my long run, but kind of as I went into a little bit earlier, that was not feasible with the heat. Just wanted to play it smart, so just went out and did a easy 3 miles. Just kind of loosen the legs up a little bit. I'd like to cycle, but my bike is still in road form and I don't feel like putting it on the trainer and cleaning it and everything, which is going to be my to-do list tomorrow. Overall, great weekend for my confidence, honestly. Those 4 weeks of being sick really did a number. I was starting to think, like, am I ever going to get better, or did I lose all of my progress and my build up to this? I want to say, I wish I had my phone on me, probably should go get that. But I had about 13-hour week. You know what? I'm gonna grab my phone, be right back, we'll confirm this. All right, so we're back. Now I have my Strava pulled up here. So it looks like I totaled this week 12 hours, 13 minutes. So that's where kind of I wanna be at this point. That's 2 swim sessions. Would have liked to do an open water one, but apparently the weather is not looking good for today. So that was canceled. Every Sunday morning they swim open water, so it's nice to have a group and some support and kayakers there. That's 2 swim sessions. Let's check how many runs that is. I think technically I did 1, 2, 3, 4 run sessions, but 3 days of running. So my weekly total for my run was 23 miles, which is honestly pretty good mileage. For the past few weeks, almost dying at 5 miles, and the weather was 20 degrees cooler. I'm pretty happy with that. Running 23.8 miles, riding 132 miles. Don't really count my mileage during my weekday workouts. It's more so an effort over time. So depending what I'm doing, this week was a little bit shorter just because I had a bunch of other things going on. Typically it's about 1 hour and 30 minutes. Probably going to start bumping that up to get a little bit more riding volume in, to probably about 1 hour and 45 session, 2 days a week, and that's kind of intervals, sweet spot training, FTP style stuff, threshold work, sprints, things like that. And then Saturday or Sunday, depending if I'm traveling or not, has been my long rides. This week I wanted to go for about 80, ended up being about 85. So overall, I can't complain. I've kind of come to the conclusion I don't need to ride 100 miles, a 100-mile ride every single week. Every so often, 100, 110, 112 is good, but it doesn't need to be every week. I can focus on pushing more power for less distance, less time, but greater effort. Just kind of work some longer time on the seat. I don't think the distance is my issue on the ride. It's going to be the run off the back end, so starting to build up these bricks. And then my swim sessions, so 2 swim sessions, 5,500 yards, 1 hour and 41 minutes. One was about an hour-long session where I did a little bit of interval efforts. I think I was doing like 100 on, 50 off, 100 on, 50 off. I'd have to look back at my notes, but it was a while. I'm just going all by feel. I don't want to say I don't know what I'm doing, because I've been not doing this style of training, but training and into fitness for a while. So, excuse me. As you can, it kind of translates over. I'm just keeping it simple, building volume, progressive overload to get where I want to be. So that's an hour and 41 minutes, and that's what makes up those 12 hours and 13 minutes of workout. This weekend alone, though, that's kind of what I wanted to recap here in this video, to show that with a 9 to 5, or I guess a 7 to 5 or a 7 to 8:30 at night, because I've been working absurd hours, that you can still get it done. So this weekend I had my 82-mile ride, my 10-mile run this morning, and then my 3.2-mile run this afternoon. Nothing record breaking, but just going to kind of use this as my baseline. I have a 2-week trip to Spain coming up, which wish I could take my bike, but we'll be doing a lot of running there, maybe some swimming, maybe some open water swimming. Just continuing to grow. Once that is over, so that's in about 5 weeks, once that's over, it's really going to be all hands on deck, focused on this for probably like the last 12 to 14 weeks is when I'm going to put in I'm putting in great effort now, but really hone in and fine tune those brick workouts, and working under fatigue. Oh, look at this. I wish I had this energy. Crazy. Go. Go. Oh no. Well, on that note, training for this week is a wrap. Going to try to implement some of my actual weight training workouts and maybe some more, I don't know, car talks. Oh my gosh. Oh, she's got a hole dug. She's going for, hey, no. So, I guess we'll check in. Probably zoomed in there a lot. We'll check in next week. Try to get out 1-2 videos, I don't know, daily. We'll see what happens.